2016 has been a great year for tech, so today I'm going to run you through some of my favourite gadgets that either run Android or work really well with your Android smartphone. Christmas is coming, so now is a great time to pick something up for yourself or for your friends and family. First on this list we have a late entry with the Syllable True Wireless headset. These are a pair of Bluetooth headphones which are modelled pretty similarly to Apple's AirPods, but unlike Apple's AirPods you can actually buy them now. To charge the earpieces you put them in this box, and this snaps shut with a magnet and is actually a really secure fit, so you can put this in a bag, you can carry it in your pockets, you're not going to shake up the headphones and potentially damage them. You can charge the headset about 5 or 6 times off one charge of the box, and the headset battery life is about 120 minutes. The left headset has a microphone and you can pause and play by pressing on either headset at any one time. The thing that really impressed me with the Syllables is partly the price. These things are only $39.99 on Amazon, and this is considerably cheaper than a lot of other sort of true wireless options out there. And then the second thing is that these just won't fall out of your ear. They're completely wireless, so you can get changed wearing them, you can take shirts over your head, you can go jogging, and they just stay in your ears. They just work perfectly. The sound quality might not be the best thing in the world, but it's pretty good considering the size of these. The bass response is pretty good, and it comes with 3 different ear tip sizes, so you can choose the one that is best for you, and this creates not completely isolated sound, but you're getting pretty close to it. If you game on your phone or tablet a lot, one of the best gadgets you can buy is a game controller, and the GameSir G4 has fast become my absolute favourite controller to use in my phone. There's a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, it just feels comfortable. It doesn't feel like a cheap Bluetooth gaming controller. It feels much more like using a console controller like the Xbox One. There's really nice feedback on the joysticks and all of the buttons, and the whole thing has a solidity and weight which you don't get with most Bluetooth controllers. It's really easy to pair to your smartphone, but the real killer feature of this is the ability to attach your phone using the built-in clip and then essentially turn your phone into a little gaming console. The GameSir has worked well with pretty much every single game that I've thrown at it, and the really impressive thing is this works out of the box with loads of emulators. To top it off, it has a really neat design, and I love that the buttons have got backlights behind them. Losing your stuff is one of the most stressful experiences you can have, whether it's your keys or your wallet or your smartphone, and the TileMate and the Tile Slim aim to make sure that you never lose your stuff again. These are little Bluetooth enabled tiles which will track the location of any object. So I've got a TileMate on my keychain, and this means if I lose my keys I can just go onto the Tile app on my phone and see exactly where those keys last were. But if someone then takes my keys, you can use Tile to track that as well. They connect with a network of any other tiles, so if your tile comes into the range of another Tile device, that will share its location and you can find it on your app. It is true that you do sometimes get stuff stolen, but the place where I generally just lose my keys and my wallet is around my house. And using the mobile app, you can make these play an alert sound, and then you can find them wherever they are in your house or your room. This also works in reverse, so if you can't find your phone but you're holding your keys, you can double press the Tile logo and it will make your phone ring. One of the reasons I absolutely love my Pixel phone is DayDream VR. It's Google's first attempt at VR, and it's really proved that there is a market for mobile VR which is easy to get into and easy to use. This thing is made out of fabric, and it doesn't feel like a tacky, sort of geeky headset. It feels like a much more plush, much more stylish object. It's incredibly easy to use. You just put your DayDream enabled phone into the headset and then close it up. There's no wires, there's no straps or anything. The market of supported apps is growing rapidly. We've now got stuff like YouTube and Netflix. I am going to do a separate video on some of my favorite VR apps because I know this is a very specific thing. And the other feature that really sets the viewer apart is the controller. This is kind of like a little Wii remote which you strap to your wrist and you can use to interact with VR content. This solves one of the biggest issues with VR, which is making people nauseous because you're constantly moving your head to look at new things. This means you can just relax into your VR environment and then control everything and navigate everything using this remote. It also opens up VR to a lot more possibilities in terms of mobile gaming. There are currently not a huge amount of phones that support DayDream VR, but if your phone does support it, I really highly recommend you try it out. It currently comes in the slate, crimson and snow flavors, and you can pick it up on a couple of different high street retailers, as well as on the Google store for £69. Next up, we have one of my favorite gadgets of all time, and this is a Chromecast. As you can see, this is the much older model. There are now newer models which support 4K streaming, but I don't currently need that as my TV doesn't support 4K. The amazing thing with a Chromecast is you just plug it into the HDMI slot on your TV and you can then send content from your phone or your laptop directly to it. It essentially turns any screen into a smart TV. So you can do all the obvious things like binging Netflix, but you can also completely mirror your phone's display and use this to play games on the big screen. The Chromecast is by far my most used gadget of the year, and you can buy the new 4K ready upgraded version on the Google Store. So from streaming movies to streaming music, we have Amazon's Echo speaker. This is Amazon's latest foray into the smart home arena, and this is powered by Alexa. Alexa, wake me up at 8:30 in the morning.
Alarm set for 8:30 AM tomorrow.
I went for the £144 speaker version rather than the much cheaper Echo Dot. If you've got a really nice hi-fi setup already, you can just go ahead and buy the Dot, plug it in, and this will turn whatever speaker you have into a smart speaker. The speaker itself is of a really nice quality, but the thing that really staggers with this is the quality of the microphones. You can put the Alexa in the corner of a room and you can be having a party with 15 different people, and people can continuously shout out recommendations and it just picks them up and just works. So the main use for this is streaming music using your voice. You can just say, "Hey Alexa, shuffle the Red Hot Chili Peppers," and it will just shuffle the Red Hot Chili Peppers and you don't need to worry about it. You can also change the volume using your voice. You can add stuff to shopping lists, to to-do lists. You can link it with a bunch of different applications, so you can link it up with your Uber account. You can then just say, "Alexa, order me an Uber," and you'll have an Uber at your front door. Finally on this list, we have something which fixes a bugbear I've had for a long time. I do a lot of my writing on my smartphone, and most of the time I'm completely happy typing with my smartphone's keyboard, but there is the time when you want to be able to type a little bit faster and a little bit more accurately, and I've been looking for a decent Bluetooth keyboard for years. And the best keyboard that I've found is by a company called EC Technology, and the reason that I love this is it's completely foldable. The actual action on the keyboard is really satisfying, and the hinges are really well manufactured. The keys themselves have a decent amount of travel, and it feels almost like you're typing on a sort of semi-mechanical keyboard. Considering the size of this keyboard and the fact that you can fold this and it will fit in your pocket, the typing experience is really pleasant. It also has some function keys, so you can use the home key and the search key and the back key and stuff like that straight from the keyboard. And as well as having support for Android, it will work with iOS and Windows. So there you are guys, those are my favourite Android gadgets of 2016. Thank you so much for watching. I apologise I haven't had any content out for a couple of weeks. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know I've been a little bit ill. But again, thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this far, I have something very special for you, and that is a giveaway of a GameSir G4 Controller. This is completely sealed, I haven't opened this up, and this is going to be shipped to one of you guys anywhere in the world. In order to get into the giveaway, just go to the link in the description and follow all of the instructions. Make sure to comment below with your favourite Android gadget of the year, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.